Hello, this is a social studies recording about the Dutch and the Swedish colonies in America. The other day we read about how the Dutch came to America to trade, and they loved to trade furs, robes, and other skins. Their favorite fur to trade was beaver fur, and they would use the beaver fur to make men's hats that they could sell in Europe. We also talked about trading posts and how they are places where Native Americans could bring furs to trade for goods. And Dutch were known for having their trading posts set up near the Delaware River. Here, New Sweden was created. A colony is a place ruled by another country. Rulers in Sweden sent soldiers to America to make a new colony. If I look at the next page, building New Sweden, here I have highlighted, so the leaders of Sweden sent soldiers to help build the colony. The leaders also sent some Finns who were living in Sweden. So as we talked about, the Swedish rulers that lived here in Sweden, over here on this map, they sent their soldiers to America to make a new colony, a new place where they could call New Sweden. It's like a branch of Sweden. They also sent some Finns along, and Finns are people who live in Finland, and you can see here Sweden in the almost orange color, and Finland's in the teal color. So they are two countries side by side in Europe. Looking a little farther, I have highlighted some other important facts about the life in New Sweden. They had to hunt and fish for food. They had to clear land and build homes in order to survive. The Swedes were skilled in building log cabins. You can see over here is a log cabin. All right, we're going to take some time and turn the page. Right now you should be on the page where you see a log cabin. At the top it says why it matters. Here I've highlighted a few other important details about the Dutch and the Swedish settlers. So if I look over here at this fort we're going to say is owned by the Dutch. And what I have highlighted, it says the Swedish settlers were allowed to stay in their settlements, but now they had to obey the laws of the New Netherlands. Well, we already talked about how Dutch came to America first, to Pennsylvania first, and then the Swedish came second. And the Swedish tried to take over, but the Dutch did not let that happen. So here's a little illustration of what happened. So here's the Dutch, and they have their fort. The Swedish decided they wanted to take over. So they took over the Dutch fort. Well, the Dutch did not like that very much. So they decided they were taking over. And they took over Swedish fort that was even larger than the fort, the other fort to begin with. So now the Dutch have taken over. Now these Swedish people are allowed to stay there, but they now had to obey the laws of the Dutch. Okay? The discovery of rich land and natural resources in North America led many European countries to begin colonies there. The Dutch and Swedes began settlements in what is today Pennsylvania. Other European colonists who followed these groups to Pennsylvania. So we're going to find out more about more colonists who came to Pennsylvania to stay and live here. For now, what I need you to do is I need you to come to your page with the 3 circles, the Explorer, Trading Post, and Colony circle. Using what we know, write the definition of each word in its circle. So Explorer, what does Explorer mean? Write it in this circle. Trading Post, what does it mean? Write it in this circle. Colony, what does it mean? Write it in this circle. When you are finished, please put your social studies packet in your odds and ends, and you may log on to typing.com and play typing.com games.